Hello friends, welcome to the top 5 segment of JK News Point. This is your host Harshvardhan Singh and let us begin our segment with the first news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday said that it is a matter of happiness that no section of the country has stated that the national education policy has any bias. The Prime Minister said that the goal of the NEP should be to empower the present and future generations to be future ready. He said it while addressing a conclave on transformational reforms in higher education under national education policy via video conferencing. He also added that every country equates education to its national interest and moves forward. The goal is that the education system should keep the present and future generation future ready. NEP's basis in India is similar. NEP's goal is to enable the youth of the country for future challenges.
ये भी खुशी की बात है कि राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति आने के बाद देश के किसी भी क्षेत्र से, किसी भी वर्ग से ये बात नहीं उठी कि इसमें किसी तरह का बायस है या किसी एक तरफा कोई झुकाव है। ये एक इंडिकेटर भी है कि लोग बरसों से चली आ रही एजुकेशन सिस्टम में जो बदलाव चाहते थे वो उन्हें देखने को मिले हैं। वैसे कुछ लोगों के मन में ये सवाल आना बहुत स्वाभाविक है कि इतना बड़ा रिफॉर्म कागज पर तो कर दिया, लेकिन इसे जमीन पर कैसे उतारा जाएगा। यानी अब सबकी निगाहें इसके इम्प्लीमेंटेशन की तरफ है। इस चैलेंज को देखते हुए व्यवस्थाओं को बनाने में जहां कहीं कुछ सुधार की आवश्यकता है, वह हमें सबको मिलकर के करना है और करना ही है।
Lauding those associated with India's vibrant handloom and handicraft sector, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday asked people to be vocal for handmade products to strengthen efforts for a self-reliant India. Modi took to Twitter and wrote, "On National Handloom Day, we salute all those associated with our vibrant handloom and handicraft sector. They have made commendable efforts to preserve the indigenous crafts of our nation. Let us all be vocal for handmade and strengthen efforts towards an Atmanirbhar Bharat."
साथियों, 7 अगस्त को नेशनल हैंडलूम डे है। भारत का हैंडलूम, हमारा हैंडीक्राफ्ट अपने आप में सैकड़ों वर्षों का गौरवमय इतिहास समेटे हुए है। हम सभी का प्रयास होना चाहिए कि न सिर्फ भारतीय हैंडलूम और हैंडीक्राफ्ट का ज्यादा से ज्यादा उपयोग करें, बल्कि इसके बारे में हमें ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों को बताना भी चाहिए। भारत का हैंडलूम और हैंडीक्राफ्ट कितना रिच है, इसमें कितनी विविधता है, ये दुनिया जितना ज्यादा जानेगी उतना ही हमारे लोकल कारीगरों और बुनकरों को लाभ होगा।
Former Union Minister Manoj Sinha on Friday was sworn in as the new Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, the first political leader to take charge of the Union Territory. The 61-year-old, who is known for his connect with people, particularly in rural areas, was administered the oath of office by the Chief Justice of Jammu and Kashmir, Geeta Mittal, in Raj Bhavan. Sinha succeeds former IAS officer Girish Chandra Murmu, who resigned on Wednesday night and was appointed Comptroller and Auditor General on Thursday. Advisors to the previous Lieutenant Governor, including Farooq Khan and Basir Khan, as well as senior bureaucrats and policemen, were present at the simple function.
I, Manoj Sinha, do swear in the name of God that I will faithfully discharge the functions of the Lieutenant Governor of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect and defend the Constitution and the law, and that I will devote myself to the services and well-being of the people of Jammu and Kashmir.
The BCCI on Thursday suspended the IPL title sponsorship deal with Chinese mobile phone company Vivo for the event's upcoming edition amid soaring Sino India diplomatic tensions. The BCCI sent out a one-line statement without giving any details to say that Vivo will not be associated with the IPL this year. The Board of Cricket Control for Cricket in India and Vivo Mobile India Private Limited have decided to suspend the partnership for Indian Premier League in 2020. Vivo won the IPL title sponsorship rights for 5 years from 2018 to 2022 for a reported sum of Rs 2190 crore, approximately Rs 440 crore per annum. The two parties are now working out a plan in which Vivo might come back for a fresh 3-year period starting 2021 on revised terms. However, a top BCCI official offered a different view. The Bihar government in an affidavit informed the Supreme Court on Friday that it has jurisdiction to file FIR in the death of Sushant Singh Rajput case, and the actor's then girlfriend and now prime accused Reha Chakrabarti came in contact with the late actor only to grab his wealth. She overdosed him with drugs and then spread the word that he was mentally ill, said the affidavit filed by the Bihar government, as it cited Sushant's father's complaint and opposed Reha Chakrabarti's plea in the Supreme Court that sought transfer of the case from Patna to Mumbai. The affidavit said that the father of the deceased gave a written complaint to the SHO Rajiv Nagar police station, stating that in the year 2019, the petitioner Reha Chakrabarti came in contact with the deceased actor with the sole intention to grab crores of rupees, which was hard-earned money of the deceased actor. Well, that is all for today. This is Harshvardhan Singh signing off. See you until next time. Have a good day.